Hello, welcome to Panasonic's WhisperGreen Select maintenance schedule and fan cleaning tutorial. It's very important to keep these fans clean. Today's fans are running 24 hours, 7 days a week for the quality of your indoor air. So when these are running this way, what you do is you get a lot of contaminants, a lot of dead skin, a lot of area dust that gets on the blades of these fans. When your fan is first installed, you might not notice this, but as the years go by, if you're not maintaining and cleaning the fan, what you'll notice is the RPM of the fan is going to go up and the loudness of the fan is going to go up. What causes this is the space between the blades gets narrower and narrower as debris builds up on the blades, and the fan has to work harder to push your designated CFM flow through the pipe. So what we're going to do today is make sure that these fans are running efficiently and make sure that you know how to maintain and put these on a maintenance schedule to make sure this fan is working at its peak and at its lowest sound levels for you. You may notice over time your fan has gotten louder or the RPMs have gone up on your fan. This is due to the blades being dirty within the actual interior of the product. So we're going to show you how to clean that, how to do a deep clean, how to clean the grill, and this will keep your fan running nice and quiet and keep it at a low RPM for you. I'm going to be talking about 3 different methods of cleaning. There's a basic cleaning when you're cleaning your washroom once a week, once every month, however, whatever your schedule is, just get up there and give the grill a good wipe. There's a medium cleaning, which is we're going to take the grill off and we're going to get in there with the vacuum and vacuum the actual blades. And then there's a deep cleaning. The deep cleaning, if you have a very harsh environment, maybe you use a lot of products like hairspray, different things that will bind to the blades, then you're going to get build up faster than some maybe non-harsh environments. So we'll take a look at the deep cleaning too. So to start, we're going to take a look at the fan. You're going to recognize what it looks like, and we're going to look at just a basic cleaning, what you want to try to do at least once a month to take the dust off the grill and keep the cosmetic appearance of the fan looking good, and also keeping it from that debris getting it up and into the blades. What we're going to do is we're just going to take basically a vacuum, and you're just going to kind of clean between the grill here, and then you're going to get all that exterior dust off of the grill and just vacuuming up any dust that might be accumulating on that. You're going to see you're going to have a buildup on the fan grill over time. So first step of maintenance is to keep that clean. Now I'm going to go to step 2, and we're going to remove the grill. I'm going to take this grill off, and we're going to see underneath the product where we got to get into a little bit of a deeper cleaning. So to remove the grill, they're basically spring loaded. You pinch these springs, it'll pinch them together, it'll come out of the enclosure, and you got your grill off now. But now we've got the exposed fan. So the first thing you want to do here is you've got your Molex connector here, which is basically your power. Pinch the sides, that's going to come out. You're disconnected. You've now disconnected all power to the unit. So the unit is no longer powered. You don't have to worry about running your hands in the fan or wrecking it by jarring the blades. It's all good now. You're disconnected. You have no power to this unit. So with the medium type cleaning, now you're going to want to grab your hose again. And you're going to take your hose and you're going to go in here and you're going to give it a little scrub and get all the dust off of there. Now this particular vacuum is not narrow enough to get behind there. You'll run into that once in a while. What we recommend, if you've got a little brush or a toothbrush, you can also give it a little scrape in the back part where it gets a little narrower back there. Clean all that off. Suck up as much of the debris as you can. And if you got a wet cloth, you're going to notice on a really dirty model, you're going to have a lot of external dust and debris around this. Give it all a wipe down. Take a look at the blade. If it looks relatively clean, you're probably good to go. Plug your plug-and-play back in. If you keep doing that regularly, it's going to prevent a lot of the buildup. If you ignore this for a year or two, that's when you're going to get into your problems of having, the fan really ramping up in RPM, really getting loud, and then you're going to think it's a problem with the fan, but it's not. You need to be on a regular maintenance schedule with this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move to the third kind of deep cleaning. So this one, if you haven't serviced your fan in a few years, this is what you're going to want to do, and then maybe keep with your regular maintenance schedules after that. This is a mechanical piece of equipment, just like your furnace. You need to change your furnace filters, any other mechanical pieces of equipment. You do require regular maintenance. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove our Molex connector. Take there's it, no power to the unit now. We got 3 screws on this model. One's going to be in the back corner here. Okay, if you're good, you'll drop it just so it doesn't fall out. Second one's here. All right, and third one is right here. Okay, a little bit more, there we go. Now when all those are out there, your body should just slide out of the unit very easily. There we go. Okay, so we've got this over on our work area now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the electronics off first. This is the VKS1 model. You're going to notice there's a ground on this. So we go there, take the ground off. So that's going to come fully out. I always like to take that screw, put it over there. It's a different screw from the others. We're going to take the electronics off now. We take screw number 1. We're doing 3 phases here of screws. So put 1, 2, 3 with your screws. There you go. So that's that. Your electronics are going to be loose now, other than your Molex connector here. Press down on this, and that's going to release your Molex connector. Boom, comes out. The electronics will pull to the side now. You don't want to disconnect them further than that. That's good enough for the purpose that we're serving right here. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that have to come out. So we're going to take those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I like to leave the 2 in the end till the end because they do align the actual unit up. What this is going to do now, it's going to open up the casing for us. So we want to pull this away from the casing. There's a little lip here, slide it under. You can see inside there's a bunch of dirt. We're going to take that wheel off after, and if you look at this casing, there's going to be a bunch of dust there. Just kind of wipe this unit down in here. So we're going to get all this dust out of here. Give it a little wipe down so when you put it back, it's going to get nice and clean. So if you got a nice rag or whatever you want to use, wipe all that down. And then you can dry it off, the dry rag. And that's going to be nice and clean for you when you reassemble your fan. Okay, now we've wiped the outer case down, cleaned all the dust off of that. What we're going to do, we want to take this wheel off, give it a good clean. So take your nut, turn it off, and once you get that first little tightening off, you can usually spin it by hand. Put your nut here, wheel is going to come right off. We're going to give this a good wash now. So what we want to do is really scrub this wheel down. So we're going to take it, we're going to wash it all through, and if you got a nice brush, it'll really give this a good clean. Got a good, so this is, you can see from just the power of this nozzle, it's taking all the built up dust on the fan blades here off. So you take that, you can look in the sink, there's a lot of dust coming off of this. So that's what you want to do. I'm gonna give this a good, twice, 3 times over. Make sure when you're looking at the blades down that angle, you're not seeing any more dust. Looks good there. It's all nice and clean, close to where the motor sits. That's good cleaning there. So what we're going to do there, do a final rinse. Look at that blade now. It's like brand new. What I like to do here now too is give this a wipe. So anywhere you're going to see some dust accumulating while you have the product open, give it all a good wipe down. So what we want to do now is we want to reattach. Put that on, and once you'll know because it's going to go right down easily. Slides down nice. Put your nut. I hand tighten it to about here. Once you got it hand tightened where it's taut, just like to give it a little half a turn. You don't want to over tighten this. Put stress on the motor, make sure it spins freely. Good to go. Now we're going to put this unit back together. So slide this little lip under here first. That should line you up on all your holes. Take a look, all your holes there. Looks good, everything's lined up. Start reverse with your screws now. So we're going to put these 5 screws in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once that's in, it's good, it's snug. We're going to put our electronics back on. we line up our top one, go to our 2 screws from our electronics. So number 1 and number 2. There we go. All right. There we go. Now with this model, it does have the ground, so make sure you put your ground back in. You might see if you pick the wrong model on the menu, you might not notice you don't have a ground. That's fine. On a later model, it was integrated into the Molex. So here we go. We're gonna plug our Molex back in. You'll hear a click. Done. So that's a nice clean unit now. So what you want to do is you want to make sure your exhaust port is lined up with your ductwork. Also, your Molex with your connection. So you're putting this in the proper way. Boom. Fan lines up there. It's going to go into the can. Let me see, what do we got here? All right, there we go. And there's 3 screws in this model. So we got 1, 2, and 3. All right, we line that up. Then what you want to do is you want to plug your Molex connector back in. That's going to power everything. Boom. Plug that back in. Fan's clean. Going to be nice and quiet now. I mean, ideally, if you can do this at least once a year, I would recommend every 6 months if you do have a dirty environment. But take a look. If you're cleaning your grill, you look underneath, you see how your blades look. If they're not that dirty, then you don't have to do a deep clean like that. But if you notice your fan is getting louder, it's probably because it's collected a lot of debris on the fins of the blades there. So you want to do a deep clean, and it's going to run nice and efficient and quiet for you. Squeeze your springs together, put it in there, do the other side, squeeze it together, 1 and 2. The fan's going to suck up to the wall. There you go, to the ceiling, and you're good to go.
Panasonic.